Hello and happy Friday morning to you. How are you guys doing this morning, this Friday morning? I am awake. I am here. It is a morning where I was up. I need to get some coffee in me. I was up until after one this morning recording some videos, behind the scenes work for this upcoming uh, run of the Brand in Demand course. Excited to get to a place where we share a bit more about that with you guys. Good morning, Annette Richards. How are you this morning? Good morning to everybody across LinkedIn and YouTube. I see Ralston here. I see Joseph here. Morning and good blessings to you this morning. We don't have an interview, a guest this morning. I wanted to actually spend some time working on um, some other things. But listen, last night I was tasked with, or in the course of this week, I was tasked with a project to really look at where live streaming video is going. And so, I thought this was of enough interesting things were coming out of some of this research, some of the things that I was coming across, that I thought it was worth us having this conversation. And key finding, I definitely can confirm and say that live streaming does matter. It absolutely does, because where the ball is moving is definitely one that, if you're not yet doing live streaming video like we are right now, you should absolutely be doing that. You should be doing more of that. And so I was stumbling on a number of different sites, looking at some data, and let me go ahead and share my screen with you guys. How about that? Um, let's do this. Let's look at this HubSpot article that, because we can pull some things from there for sure. So I'm just gonna blow this up. HubSpot had this article, 25 live video stats marketers need to know in 2021. And there are a number of great elements in here, but some of the things that really caught my eye, right? 82% of people, let me increase this for you guys so it's a little bit, there we go, boom, much better, right? Let me just make sure I can see our comments thread. So Joseph, you're in agreement with me. Live streaming matters, right? But look at some of these metrics, guys. 82% of people prefer live video from a brand over a standard social media post, right? 80% of people would rather watch a live video from a brand and read a blog. Some really interesting content. Of course, Twitch. Twitch is more of a gaming platform, but by far is the largest streaming platform out there, right? It accounts for 72% of watched video in that live stream format. And so, by the way, the largest, but YouTube, 70% of consumers preferred watching a live video on YouTube. Pretty interesting, even though, Twitch was the largest. I don't know about this one. 70% of consumers who live stream do so at least once a day. I mean, I'm committed to their cause 3 times a week, but I don't know if you guys are gonna get me on here every single day. Would you guys be able to put up with me once a day? I don't know. I don't know if you guys want that. But some interesting stats, right? That really do tilt to live stream being a thing, right? So, you know, I I'm making a case for live streaming. It's a channel of content that obviously I've been active at for the better part of this year, and continue to try and figure out new ways. I'll be honest with you. This morning was one where, hey, I'm thinking of what could we talk about today, and this is something that I was actively involved in the last day or two, looking up stats. But coming back to see that, and I feel it, right. 80% of consumers would rather watch a live video than read a blog. Um, I prioritize video over written content. I just can't tell you the last time I sat down and read a blog post, but I watch videos all day, every day. Now, I am likely biased to new media. I'm a podcast and video guy, but do you guys agree? Is that something that you feel, right? You feel yourself doing more and more, where you're more apt to open a YouTube app or on your phone, or watch even the shorter formats that are coming out: YouTube Shorts, TikToks, Instagram Reels. Yesterday, my idol, my daughter's on the basketball court, and I put up a video on a reel, and so it wasn't live, but put up a Instagram reel video of her playing basketball, and within 20 minutes, she had over 2,300 views, 2,000 over 2,000 views on Instagram. And so, yeah, how quickly could you write something and get 2,000 views? In my work world, I've been putting up these live streams, and with other content, I'd be lucky to see 200-300 views. Even a webcast right now is not something people want to sit in on, but I could put up a live stream right now and see 5, 6, 8,000 views on that video within the course of a week. So um, I would say, and I see a great comment here from Joseph, that impact is more important than a number of times. I thought you were saying, the impact is greater than the metrics, but listen, I'm definitely seeing, because I've been doing so many lives, both personally and professionally. What I am noticing is that live streaming is definitely much more significant in the engagement and also in the reach, by far. I mean, right now at 8 a.m. in the morning, we are having dialogue on LinkedIn, right? And I'm able to have this engagement with you. And coming out of this, there's so many people that will end up seeing this live, and it creating engagement, it creating connection, it creating awareness, right? How many of you are aware that awareness, attention is the beginning of a marketing funnel, right? It all begins with driving awareness that leads to engagement, that leads to an action, that maybe leads to a sale, or a job, or whatever it is that you're hoping to convert that person to doing, right? So um, definitely, live streaming is a way to go for me, at least. I kind of stumbled into live streaming with with moving, shifting gears from a podcast in the last year. And here's another website that I was noodling on a bit in the last couple of days. Let's blow this one up. Some of the same stats. This one was a really interesting one, right? $70 billion market. This is interesting. Consumers watch live video 10, 20 times longer than on-demand content. And that's interesting because with a pre-recorded video, uh, you might watch what's the saying? You want to get a YouTube video up and out in 5 minutes or less. But I'll do these lives. I mean, we've been on for almost 12, 10, 12 minutes now. And I'm realizing that people engage in the time I've been doing these lives. People will stay on for an hour on a live interview. And so I'm not surprised by this metric. People are definitely more apt to stay in a live streaming video than watching a pre-recorded on-demand video, right? Does that make sense? Ralston, I agree with that thought. I definitely think the pandemic has played a role in video. I've said before, I think I liken live streaming to, and I think Zoom has a big play in this, right? Amazon taught us how to shop online, and I feel like Zoom has taught us how to consume live video conversations, right? We are in Zoom all day, every day, having dialogue, having engagement, whether it's meetings for work or you're engaging personally on Zoom. And so you carry that across into the live environment, and social, and how you're consuming content. And I definitely think the pandemic changed everything, for sure. I agree with that statement. But listen, I hope you'll go out, come into the weekend, and give some thought to how you could begin to create some live streaming content. I know many of you are not as open to the idea of video, much less live, and live is a whole other dynamic to get used to get comfortable with. But here's another metric that is worth noting, right? Millennials are the largest consumers and creators of live video. 63% of millennials have watched live video content. 42% have participated in creating this type of content. So interesting element here, right? When we look at millennials, we have to keep in mind, right, that hey, the younger demographic, they're looking for this type of content. They're embracing this type of content. They're exhausted with the pre-recorded, filtered content. They want it live and they want it raw, right? They want it real, and that's definitely in alignment with a lot of the content we consume, right? Across the board. So not surprising to see that metric there. And of course, streaming services, brought up more mainstream services like Netflix and Hulu and Apple TV and the like have tuned our brain on some of this with the streaming element, right? So definitely something to give thought to. I hope this video will provide some value to somebody who is giving thought to live streaming, making an argument for live streaming, uh, or just giving consideration to what marketing channels you can build some awareness and generate some attention and eyeballs. That said, what's your plan for the weekend? What's happening? What are you getting into? Will you be doing anything to advance your passion, your purpose in life? Um, Building your personal brand. I'm a personal brand strategist, and this is a great segue to just highlight that uh, I am putting together an amazing personal branding program that allows you to gain an unfair advantage with building your online presence, your digital footprint, your personal brand. Uh, the program's called Brand in Demand. We have a cohort coming up in mid-July. This is a program I've been developing over the past 3 to 4 years, and this is by far the best release yet. I have poured everything that I know into this release of the program. And beginning on Monday, we're going to have a 6-part video series, sort of a video masterclass training. And so if you're interested in watching that 6-part video series, I invite you to hop on over today to brandindemand.co. You'll just need to put your name and email address there, and you'll be signed up for our early bird waitlist. You'll learn a bit more about the program as we get nearer to its launch time. But go ahead and sign up over at brandindemand.co, and hopefully, you'll learn a bit more about the importance of building a personal brand, and if it's the right fit, if it's God's timing for you. Maybe you'll consider being part of that cohort. So that said, I wish you well. I hope that you guys have a relaxing weekend, and I'll look forward to talking to you again on Monday. Have a great weekend. Cheers.